on to part 1.
I love this shot coming up.
This was called, between Max and I, this shot was called The Road. And that's all we called it. We kind of knew what we wanted to do, and Max was thinking about, traveling through this landscape and everything. And it just turned out to be a brilliant shot. And then we added the voices of history as you go down the path. You hear famous quotes from Kennedy and Roosevelt and Uhura and Dr. McCoy. But it's a great shot. And our guest cast this time was another layer that was added.
A knockout. From last time.
And they were amazing. Team. Kurt Carley is just amazing. John Kerrigan is just British. No, he's great.
He's incredible. Johnny's a natural actor. We brought on, let's see, who else? I have to wait for the name to come up. And Becky.
Becky was just incredible. I mean, she made that role legitimate. It wasn't just some chick role, She made it something really cool. James Larson as the helmsman on Pike's Enterprise. Yep. I mean, all LA actors except for Mr. Kerrigan, and they just added another level of professionalism to the project.
Absolutely, as did this gentleman here, Mr. Roddenberry.
Yeah, who just was an amazing resource for this episode. And speaking of the effect shots, more than most movies have. Over 250 shots. If you include the compositing, you're close to 300. Hey, there's Spock.
Yep. Love that shot.
So that's actually a CGI view screen, and they're sitting in front of a green screen. A lot of people thought that was a real view screen, but I will confess it was not.
Why are you confessing?
I don't know. Because we have a real view screen in the next episode.
Yep. But we're not going to talk about that one here.
Nope.
So if you're listening for that, turn it off. No, don't turn it off. Keep watching. Look, there's Mr. Kerrigan.
Mr. Kerrigan.
James Cawley, our faithful captain of whatever ship it is that they're flying now.
Well, they're flying in the Farragut, and here we pull back and reveal that the badges are different, and something's just not quite right. Then we come outside the ship, and it's revealed.
A lieutenant commander?
Yeah, he's a lieutenant commander. This is an alternate universe, so his rank has changed, his shirt color has changed.
That's insane.
And they're on the USS Farragut. John Kerrigan brought a dignity to the Klingons that, just is really intense. It's a great performance. So great, in fact, that we'll probably see Karg again.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'd love to have him back. Becky did such a great job, and what a joy to work with.
So even though they don't know each other in this timeline, there's like that cool McCoy-Spock banter. And you love Doc John, don't you?
No. He's such a pain in the ass to work with. I hope you're listening, Doc.
There's some interesting things in this room. Some of them are kind of funny, like the greeblies on the wall are styrofoam packing. You can see the push lights on top of the console back there. Later on, you'll see some more of the set. There's some great stuff on this set. Little techno-babble to get us going, because the rest of the show is so fast.
It's not necessarily techno-babble. It's necessary and explaining
it's necessary exposition. I mean, we've got to know this stuff in order to know what the motivation of the Beast is and, what the setup of the show is.
Yep.
It is artfully written, and it was a work of...
Glad we had Eric there to look over the scenes as we were filming them.
Well, and there were times when we rewrote scenes, and, we would go around the room and throw out a line with Eric, writing as we went. I mean, it was an amazing process. He was just an incredible help on the set. In the same vein, Max Rim was here on the shoot, and did darn near everybody's makeup.
Absolutely.
He did yours. I remember him shaving my sideburns. Mm-hmm. I remember him doing Dr. I mean, he did everybody. Max was a one-man makeup department.
Such a complex story, but it all comes together very well.
Well,
very well
we called this show the Kitchen Sink Show.
Who's we?
Well, the people in charge.
Oh.
And and I mean, it had everything in it but the kitchen sink. I mean, if you don't know Trek, you're not going to get half of what's going on in this episode.
Okay, so explain to me who Matt Decker is.
Matt Decker was in the original series.
I'm
episodes.
joking with you.
Okay. Well, maybe somebody listening. No, they probably know too. Don't
they? All know. Sorry. Jack.
Now you're interrupting Dr. John there. John is a great McCoy.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he was one of those miracle finds of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of showed up out of nowhere, and he is amazing. So now we're off on our adventure. It pretty much doesn't let up. So it's like surprise after surprise as this whole episode goes on. So again, we were saying before that the plot's a little complicated, and if you know your episodes and know your trivia and stuff, you're going to get more out of it. So this was really made for the hardcore fans, but still I think accessible to non-fans because of all the splash and excitement and explosions.
Absolutely.
And battles.
There's enough action to keep the person who doesn't know the most about this satisfied.
Right. And there they are, ready to jump through the portal. Now, this is all green screen.
It's amazing, considering that what we were working with, we were literally facing a green wall that was 3 feet in front of us, with lights shining all behind us, a camera squeezed in there somewhere.
Right.
Or with our backs to it, facing the camera
The wide
themselves.
shot where you see all of you guys is actually two separate shots that I had to put together, because we couldn't get far enough away from you. So there was no room in this room. And we just had you guys stand in front of the green screen and stand in different places. You'd turn left and turn left and turn left, so we could get all the angles. It was just bizarre.
We got creative with it. We covered all the angles.
That aspirin he just took,
mm-hmm.
he pulled the pills out of a mini DV cassette case. It's, very futuristic.
I'm glad you kept track of that.
So here we are. We're going to jump through the portal, which is a green wall 3 feet in front of them, and then we're going to come out in the past.
Oh, this is
and there they go. I mean, when they stopped, their noses were on the wall.
Absolutely.
So that is just, I have to say, great green screen work.
And where the hell are we?
Burbank.
Sunny, California.
Sunny, California.
This is all filmed by our handy second unit.
Yeah.
DP and director.
Eric Goodrich. Who also will be directing future stuff for us.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Eric ended up directing all the Barbara Luna segments because I was on the way to the airport, got sick, and at your house.
Whatever. I left you.
Jeff left me and went on to California. I was there dying on the couch from exhaustion.
Look, I only had 2 spaces for luggage, and I didn't want to leave my stuff behind, so you had to stay.